A very good morning to everyone and welcome back to another session of PIB Summary. So today we will be covering PIB Summary from 21st to 25th of July. Okay, so let us quickly get started with what important news we had in this period of time from PIB. So the first news is regarding technological advancements, right? Some technological advancements that has happened under the agricultural insurance scheme that is provided by the government. So all of you must be aware, and if you are also not aware, it's absolutely okay. So there is a Pradhanmantri Fasal Bima Yojna, right? A Pradhanmantri Fasal Bima Yojna which was launched in 2016. Under it, agricultural insurance is given in case there is any sort of calamity, diseases or pest attack, then the crop is insured under this Pradhanmantri Fasal Bima Yojna. And in 2016 it also subsumed all other agricultural related insurance schemes, but except one, which was the weather based crop insurance scheme. Okay, other than that it has subsumed all other insurance schemes. And one of the important things that you should remember under this scheme is the premiums that are given. So there are different premiums that are given for Kharif, Rabi and horticulture crops. So can someone tell me what are the premiums that are given under this Pradhanmantri Fasal Bima Yojna? Okay, no issues, you can learn it from here only. 2% of premium is given for Kharif crops, 1.5% for Rabi crops and 5% for horticulture crops. Okay, this is one of the important part about the scheme that you should remember. Now why this is in news? It is because of certain technological advancements that has been launched by the center. So here there are 3 technological advancements that has been launched by the center. What are these 3 technological advancements? One is Yes Tech Manual, one is the Winds Portal and another is the Aid mobile app. So what is this Yes Tech Manual? So first of all you should know that there is a Yes Tech, okay, there is a Yes Tech. And what is this Yes Tech? It is basically for assessing the yield of the crops or yield of the agricultural field, okay, and for that it gives a very accurate estimation of the yield, right? This is the Yes Tech, that is Yes Tech. And what has been launched right now? It is the Yes Tech Manual. And why it has been launched? It is for the proper implementation of this Yes Tech program, right? And here what it is basically giving is a comprehensive guide, regarding how to implement it or how to implement it more efficiently. Then we have a Winds Portal. Now what is its work? What is the work of Winds Portal? So it is a centralized data system, okay, centralized data system, and it collects information regarding weather from different sources. It is going to collect all information at one place, and it will also manage it and process the information that it is getting through this central or this centralized platform. And then we have a Aid mobile app. And what this app is for? It is for door-to-door enrollment of various farmers under this Pradhanmantri Fasal Bima Yojna, okay. So this was the first news. So one thing I also want to tell you is that I am not going too much in depth about various schemes here. I am just telling mostly about the updates, and if there is any sort of very important thing that you should remember. So if you want to learn regarding all the schemes in pretty detailed manner, you can refer to a playlist that we have. We have a government schemes playlist, you can check that, and under that you have detailed explanation of all these schemes, okay. Okay, now let us go to the next news, that is regarding coal production. So for the first quarter of financial year 23-24, for the first quarter of financial year 23-24, overall coal production has increased by 8.55% to 223.36 million tons. Okay, so this is a very huge increase, and this is also highest ever production that has been recorded of a coal in a quarter. So it is, what is the increase? 8.55%. And what is the coal production? That is 223.36 million tons. Okay, now let us go to the next news, that is regarding India's share in the world food grains market. What is share of India in the world food grain market? So this is as per a report. Okay, whatever data we are getting from this news article, it is as per the report of UN Comtrade. As per the report or statistics of UN Comtrade, we have seen that the export value, with respect to export value of India's, with respect to the whole world, it is 7.79% in 2022. In 2010, it was nearly about 3%. So we have gone huge, we have having a huge leap regarding our share in the grains market, overall grains market in the world, which is currently, or in 2022, which was at 7.79%, and this is with respect to the report of UN Comtrade statistics. Then let us go to the next news, which is regarding intellectual property rights management framework. So this intellectual property rights management framework has come up. So it is regarding, it gives us a detail regarding various management process of this intellectual property rights, right? So it is 8, it is divided, or it is constituting of 8 types of intellectual property rights. So let us see what are these 8 types of intellectual property rights. So we can see it from this only. So first of all, let us see what are these 8 intellectual property rights. One is patent, trademark, industrial design, copyrights, geographical indication or GI tags that you are getting, semiconductor integrated circuit layout design, trade secret, and plant varieties. These are the 8 different intellectual property rights that are being covered under this given framework. So it is important that you remember 8, right? That 8 property rights have been covered under this framework, and you should also roughly have an idea that what are these 8. You do not need to exactly by heart it. What you can do is read it again and again, so you have an idea that yes, this is one of the 8 intellectual property rights that was covered under the framework. Okay, now here some details are given, so you can go through this document, but let me give you an idea here that first of all, the area related or the type is patent, and for that term protection, what is the protection term of the patent? It is 20 years. It is 20 years. And here you can also see what basically this intellectual property right means. Okay, so I am giving you this number is important. You should have an idea for how long the protection is given. So we are going to cover it here. Other than that, you can also have a little bit idea regarding what the patent means. So here you can see that it is novel, inventive, and having some industrial utility. Okay, that would be a patent. Then we have trademark. So any sort of products or brands, they have some designs, they have some logos, so that is trademarks. And what protection is given to it? 10 years of protection is given, and it can be renewed for 10 years again on basis of additional payment of fees. Then we have designs. Any sort of new and original design, it is also given protection for 10 plus 5 years. Then we have copyrights, any sort of artistic documents, artistic, creative, literary documents, musical, audio, video documents. For that also copyright protection is given. For how long? For authors, it is lifetime plus 60 years, and for producers, it is 60 years. For performers, it is 50 years. Okay. Then we have geographical indications. So you all must have an idea that various products across India, they are getting a GI tag or geographical indication tag on the basis so that a unique identity is given to it, to a specific product, and when a unique identity is given to a specific product with respect to some geographical location, we also increase its attractiveness to various, for the purpose of tourism, for the purpose of selling the product, right? And that is exactly what we mean by geographical indication. And for how long this GI tag is given? It is given for 10 years, and on the payment of additional fees, it will be renewed for another 10 years. Then we have semiconductor integrated circuit layout design. So pretty self-explanatory, right? The integrated circuit layout design for semiconductors. This is also having intellectual property right, and this right would be given for, or the term of protection is 10 years. Then we have trade secret. So any sort of secret that a company has which has some sort of commercial value, like you have various companies who do not share their ingredients, right, like Coca-Cola or any sort of if they have taken a trade secret protection, then it would be given for, there is no time limit for the same, rather it is given for the time till confidentiality is safeguarded. Until that time they are going to get this protection. And then we have plant varieties. So for various plant varieties also protection is given with respect to, you could say for example we have tulsi, turmeric. For that there are various essential medicinal values for it, and we have been using it since generation and generation, so that also needs to be protected, traditional knowledges. And it is also not necessary that only traditional knowledges are protected under plant varieties, non-traditional knowledges could also be protected. So all of this would be given protection for 6 to 10 years. Okay. So what we learned here, 8 intellectual property rights are covered. 8 intellectual property rights are covered under this framework, and we discussed what this specific 8 intellectual property rights or IPR means and for how long they are given protection. Then let us go to the PDS or public distribution system. Okay, so what is this public distribution system or what is its process? So here, okay, let me do it here. So first of all, the central government, what it is going to do, from farmers it is going to procure, food grains at minimum support price. It is going to procure food grains from farmers at a minimum support price. Minimum support price also, I believe you all must be aware that CACP announces minimum support price for 22 mandated products, and there is also FRP. This is MSP, and there is also FRP for sugarcane. And this is what we mean by the minimum support price, and under this minimum support price only the government of India is going to procure food grains from the farmers. Then it is going to sell it to the state government. At some issue price, and then what the state government is going to do, it is going to distribute it to the beneficiaries through fair price shops or ration shops, you could say. Through this it goes to the final beneficiary. So this is basically helping out people with you could say for food security, ensuring food security for people who are unprivileged or underprivileged and they are not having access to the same. So at affordable price they are provided food grains. Okay, so here why we are discussing about the same, because of some updates that we have in here. So as of 30th June 2023, 80.10 crore NFSA, National Food Security Act beneficiaries are getting benefits of this PDS. So the last beneficiary that we discussed from the fair price shops or ration shops, it goes to the beneficiary. So here 8.10 crore NFSA beneficiaries have been able to access the benefits through this public distribution system. And under this also there are two categories. One is Antyodaya Anna Yojna, where it was 8.95 crore beneficiaries, and priority households where it was 71.15 crore beneficiaries, okay, and this distribution was made possible through 5.45 lakh fair price shops or ration shops, you can say, if what we call it in common language, okay. Then we have the overall mineral production. So this is an index, just like we have the CPI, IIP, WPI, this is also an index. And when I had said you that whenever you see an index, two important things that you need to note down. One is its base year, and another is who publishes it. So what is its base year? It is 2011-12. 2011-12 is the base year of this index of mineral production of mining and quarrying sector. And what is or who publishes this index? It is published by Indian Bureau of Mines. And this data is related to month of May 2023. You are having monthly data just like you have for CPI, WPI and all of that. So for May 2023, the index stands at 128.1, which is 6.4% higher with respect to the same period last year. So it is year-on-year increase. So with respect to May 2022, it has shown an increase of 6.4%. Okay, and two important things that you need to remember: base year and who publishes the same, Indian Bureau of Mines. Then we have Telemanas. Okay, so what is this Telemanas? So here a toll-free number, there is a toll-free number, and with the help of anyone can call this toll-free number and get access to mental health support. By calling on this number, right? This is what we mean by the Telemanas, or what this Telemanas scheme is meant for. Now this was launched very recently. Okay, we already have the date here. It was launched in 2022 only, that is last year it was only launched, and until now from its inception we have already received, or the Telemanas has already received over 2 lakh calls from various parts of the nation since its inception. And you can understand that it was launched not a long ago, it was launched only last year, but it has been having so many calls. So you can understand that there are various people who are requiring mental health support, but they are unable to access it because, you could say, of affordability. Affordability is one of the biggest factor, and other than that also accessibility is a factor, awareness is a factor. So this is going to be a very good initiative to help these people. Okay, then we have the Cannabis Medicine Project. So here all you need to remember is that where this project is or has been undertaken, or who has undertaken it, and it is CSIR IIIM Jammu. It has undertaken the research project for the same, so that if it has some medicinal values, it does have some medicinal values, or it could be used for medical purpose in some way or the other. And for that, this research project has been established, and it is being conducted by CSIR IIIM Jammu. Okay, then we have UDAN Flights. Okay, we have UDAN Flights. So can someone tell me that when this UDAN Flights or this UDAN scheme was launched? Can someone tell me when this UDAN scheme was launched? And there is also another name for this UDAN scheme. So can someone tell me? Okay, no issues. Okay, so when this UDAN scheme was launched, it was launched in 2016. It was launched in 2016, and it was launched by another name, which was Regional Connectivity Scheme. Okay, Regional Connectivity Scheme. And what is the purpose of this scheme? It was launched in 2016 for 10 years. Okay, Ministry of Civil Aviation for 10 years, and it is Regional Connectivity Scheme. And what is the purpose of this scheme? The purpose of this scheme is for creating air connectivity creating air connectivity in unserved and underserved regions. And currently also we are having UDAN 5.0, that is the fifth phase of UDAN has already started, and in one of the classes also we had covered the details regarding the UDAN 5.0, right? So why this has come up into news? Because of some details that we have in here, that 123 lakh domestic passengers, they have already traveled with the help of this UDAN flights. UDAN also, it's a acronym or abbreviation for Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik. Okay, so since the inception of the scheme, 123 lakh domestic passengers have travelled with the help of this UDAN scheme, and 148 airports, 9 heliports, 2 water aerodromes have already been created under this scheme or have already been operationalized under this scheme. Okay, then we have revenue saved through direct benefit transfer subsidy schemes. So DBT or direct benefit transfer is something many of you must have heard, right? And what happens, and there are various schemes where there is some sort of subsidy that is supposed to be given to the beneficiaries, but when the subsidy goes through many hands, it becomes a very big issue, right? Because the money sometimes gets lost in the path, and the actual beneficiary is not able to take the benefit of the same. So because of that reason, what happens, the money through direct benefit transfer, the money or any sort of subsidy that is needs to be, or that the beneficiary deserves to be given, it is directly transferred to their bank account. There is no sort of intermediary between them. So the government, it is going to directly transfer the subsidy to their bank accounts. That is what we mean by direct benefit transfer. And there are many schemes under it, like LPG subsidy scheme is also one of them. And there are other schemes also where direct benefit transfer is done, where the subsidy is directly transferred to the accounts of the beneficiary. Okay, so here why this is in news, because of this direct benefit transfer, there is so much of savings that is being done, right? And that is exactly why it has come in news. So you don't need to remember all of the years data, but the latest one, that is for 2021-2022, what was the revenue saved because of direct benefit transfer? It is 125.37 crore rupees. Okay, 125.37 crore rupees. This is the amount of revenue that has been saved because of the direct benefit transfer. Okay, then let us go to the next news, which is DEF scheme, or you can understand it as Depositor Education and Awareness Fund. So what is this fund, or where the money comes for this fund? So you have bank accounts, right? You have bank accounts, under it you have savings and current account, then you also have some term deposits like fixed deposits, recurring deposits, right? So if the amount or the money that you are having in your savings and current account, it is unutilized for 10 years or more, then it is transferred to this DEF, or this Depositor Education and Awareness Fund. And if 10 years after the maturity of any sort of term deposit that you have kept, then it will also be for 10 plus years. This is also for 10 plus years. 10 years after the maturity, if it is unutilized, then it will also go to this Depositor Education and Awareness Fund. Okay, and this is exactly, and this money that comes in, it is known as unclaimed deposits. But this money that is going to this, first of all, why it is going, or for what is the purpose of this fund? Very self-explanatory. For depositor education and awareness, this fund is used. But it does not mean that if you do not use your money for 10 years, then you lose the money. That is not the case. Just for the time being, it goes to the fund. But in case you are claiming it, then it will go will come back to you right away. So This is exactly what in fact the government or the RBI wants, that the banks, they search out or look out for the various customers who have this unclaimed deposits and return it to them. That is exactly why this has come into news, and because of the various steps that has been taken by the RBI. The deposits or unclaimed deposits of 5,729 crore rupees have been successfully returned to the owners or the beneficiaries. Not exactly beneficiaries, you could say the customers or the owner of the money. It has been able to return this amount of money or transfer this amount of money from the DEF to the owners or the customers who have claimed it. Okay, and for that also RBI recently had launched a scheme. It is an important scheme, that is 100 days, 100 pays. So where every bank, basically every bank in every district of the country, what was the plan? Every bank in every district of the country in 100 days, their target is that in 100 days they are going to return unclaimed deposits of 100 customers. Okay, 100 days, 100 customers, and every bank in every district. That is the 100 days, 100 pays scheme, or you could say program. It was launched by RBI and it was for 100 days from 1st of June 2023 to 8th of September 2023. Okay. Okay, then let us go to the next, that is the SEO Summit. SEO Summit. So, the SEO, Shanghai Cooperation Organization, it was launched in 2001. Can someone tell me where is the headquarters of SEO? Where is the headquarters of SEO? Anyone? You can even take guesses if you want. Okay. First of all, it was launched in 2001. It was launched in 2001 with 6 members. It originally had 6 members, and India was not a original member, okay, or a founding member, you could say, of this SEO. But eventually in 2017, that is very recently, it became a full member along with Pakistan. India and Pakistan, both of them became a member of SEO in 2017 only. Okay, and okay, you are right that it is the headquarters is in China, but it is not in Shanghai. Okay, it is in Beijing. The headquarters of SEO is in Beijing. And you might get confused because the name of the organization is SEO, and this is because it was founded in Shanghai, but its headquarters is in Beijing. Okay. Okay, so SEO, it was launched in 2001 with 6 members, and in 2017 India became a member. India along with Pakistan became a full member of this SEO, and it is basically, you could understand that regional cooperation, not exactly regional but political, economic, all of this cooperation happens through this SEO, and it has a rotating chairmanship, and India is currently holding the chairmanship. India is currently holding the chairmanship of the SEO. India is currently holding the chairmanship of the SEO, and it in a Samarkand summit in the month of September 2022 only, it took over as the chairman, and the theme of the summit, or the theme of the total program under this chairmanship of India was towards a secure SEO, and this secure also is an abbreviation for security, economy and trade, connectivity, unity, respect for sovereignty and territorial integrity, and environment. Okay, this is what we mean by secure. So this is something static part that you should remember. So what is the update here? Okay, so we don't really have any update here, but this is something that, this is an important fact that you should be aware of, that India has set up new pillars of cooperation India has set up new pillars of cooperation under this chairmanship of 1 year that we are having, which will be ending soon, but the new pillars of cooperation that we have established or we have set up are startups and innovation, traditional medicine, digital inclusion, youth empowerment and shared Buddhist heritage. Okay, these are the various new pillars that have been set up or introduced by India, and also there are various steps that have been taken, various you could say here celebrations that have happened because of the bonds that the various countries are sharing. And here also another thing, all of this happened in Varanasi, and one thing that you should remember here is that Varanasi is the first ever SEO cultural and tourist capital for 2022-23. Okay, Varanasi is the first ever SEO cultural and tourist capital for 2022-23, where various socio-cultural events were organized. Okay, so here I believe you must have garnered a few bit of idea about what is this SEO. Then let us come to some schemes in news. Okay, so the first scheme that we have in here is PM Kisan, that is Pradhanmantri Kisan Samman Nidhi. So can someone tell me that when this scheme was launched, when or in which year was this scheme launched? Can someone tell? Okay, so it was launched in 2019. Okay, it was launched in 2019, and it is absolutely okay, right, if you don't know various details of schemes, but from examination perspective it is very important that you are aware of these schemes. Okay, and when it was launched, under which ministry it is, and you should have a fair idea because various questions come from schemes only. So it was launched in 2019, and what is its basic purpose? It gives financial assistance, direct financial assistance. Direct financial assistance is given of 6,000 rupees. Of 6,000 rupees of direct financial assistance is given and per annum, and it is given in 3 installments. In 3 installments of 2,000 rupees. In 3 installments it is given to the farmers, and the government, it believes that with the help of this financial assistance it would be able to help the farmers with the various agricultural inputs. Okay, so now why we are discussing regarding this scheme? It is because of the update that we have in here, that is more than 2.42 lakh crore rupees has already been disbursed under this scheme, and this disbursement of this subsidy or this financial assistance that has been done, it has been done to more than 11 crore beneficiary farmer families. Okay, and another thing that you can know here, that number of farmers whose land details are seeded in the PM Kisan portal is more than 9.53 crore, and the highest is from Uttar Pradesh. Okay, highest is from Uttar Pradesh. Usually regarding population, land, usually Uttar Pradesh is at the highest number because it has a very huge population. Okay, so this is the update that we have in regarding the PM Kisan, but it is important especially for NABARD, right? You are having your NABARD exam right now, so various schemes under the Ministry of Agriculture, it is important that you go in a little in depth and you understand every bit and parts of the scheme. Okay, then we have Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojna, Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojna, and this scheme we also need to know that when was this scheme launched? Yes, the last scheme was launched, or the PM Kisan scheme was launched in 2019. You are correct, Mukul. Then the RKBY scheme, can you tell me when it was launched? Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana scheme. This scheme was launched in 2007. Okay, this scheme was launched in 2007. And why this is in news? It is because of one of the programs being implemented under this scheme, that is Innovation and Agricultural Entrepreneurship Development Program. Okay, this is being implemented by the Government of India, Department of Agriculture under Ministry of Agriculture. It is implementing, and it is, what does it want? Well, pretty self-explanatory, right? It is promoting innovation and entrepreneurship in agriculture. Okay, and this is being promoted since 2018-19, right? Since 2018-19, and one of the things that you need to remember here is that the department, it has appointed 5 knowledge partners and 24 agribusiness incubators. Okay, and some financial support is also given under this. So in the idea or pre-seed stage, financial support of 5 lakh rupees is provided, and in the seed stage 25, up to 25, not 15 or 25 lakh directly, but up to 5 lakh, up to 25 lakh rupees is provided. And so far 1176 agri startups have been supported under the program with a financial assistance of 75.25 crore rupees. Okay, and also the Government of India, it has approved to set up a accelerator fund of 500 crore rupees for 5 years since 23-24. From now, accelerator fund would be created, and what it is going to do, it is going to help encourage young entrepreneurs to establish their business in the field of agriculture, Okay, 500 crores, 23-24 accelerator fund. Okay, you should remember this. Okay, so for which exam? For NABARD, right? So I would say that for NABARD, PIB, other than that we will be also having the ASI and finance news classes. It would be resumed from Monday only, it would be resumed, so you need to cover that. Alongside that, you also need to cover some material, and also extra classes should be done. Yesterday only agriculture related to agriculture class was done. You should follow this, and if you have any sort of queries regarding how you should study and stuff, you could call these numbers. Okay, you could call this number, and the counselor, they would very properly guide you regarding what you need to cover and how you need to cover them. Okay, now let us go to the next news. So these are regarding 3 schemes under Ministry of Food Processing. 3 schemes. One is the Pradhanmantri Kisan Sampada Yojna, which is running since 2016-17. Then PM formalization of micro food processing enterprises scheme since 2020-21, and another is production linked incentive scheme for food processing industry since 21-22. Okay, this is the launch dates, you could say, or launch years you have in, and it is under the Ministry of Food Processing Industries. Okay, and let us see what details that we have in here. Under the PMKSY, that is Kisan Sampada Yojna, credit linked capital subsidy is provided. Okay, credit linked capital subsidy is provided, and the total outlay for the same is 4600 crore rupees for 15th Finance Commission cycle. So here you need to remember this 4600 rupees, but 4600 crore rupees. Now another question that I have for you is 15th Finance Commission cycle. So you need to answer me 2 questions, that who is the head or the chair of the 15th Finance Commission, and what is this 15th Finance Commission cycle or the term of the 15th Finance Commission. So I have these 2 questions for you. So who can give me the answer to these 2 questions? Okay, so the chair is N.K. Singh, and the term or the cycle is 2021 to 2026. Okay, so this is something that you should also know. Then we have the PMFME scheme. It has a total outlay of 10,000 crore rupees and it is for the period of 5 years from 2021 to 24-25. And then we have the PLI. We have learned various PLIs, production linked incentive scheme. So here what basically happens is, for having a increment in your production or increment in your sales, any industry, let us say that we have estimated that the production would be X. The production would be X. So any production or sale beyond this estimated amount will be incentivized through this production linked incentive scheme, and this is for food processing industries. And for this also there is an outlay of 10,900 crore rupees and it is for a period of 2021-22 to 26-27. And since 2019-20, a total of 373 food processing units have already been approved and a total of 38,466 micro food processing enterprises have already been approved as well since 22-21. Okay. Okay, then we have Rashtriya Arogya Nidhi, and under this, if someone who is underprivileged or financially, you could say, they are having any sort of life-threatening diseases, rare diseases, life-threatening diseases, then the government gives them some financial assistance. Okay, and this is under this Rashtriya Arogya Nidhi only. And here there are three components of the same. One is Rashtriya Arogya Nidhi, Health Minister's Cancer Patient Fund, and another is financial assistance for people or poor patients suffering from rare diseases, and under that some assistance is given under Rashtriya Arogya Nidhi for any sort of life-threatening diseases. Assistance of 15 lakh, maximum assistance of 15 lakh rupees is given, and for cancer patient fund, financial assistance for treatment up to 15 lakh rupees is given, and for people suffering from rare diseases, poor people suffering from rare diseases, financial assistance for 20 lakh rupees is given. Okay, and the treatment, it has to be undergone in the government hospitals. Okay, government hospitals, you can see here that government hospitals having super speciality facility, government hospitals having super speciality facility, and this for cancer, it is at regional cancer centers, tertiary cancer centers and state cancer institutes. If the treatment is done in these places, then 15 lakh and 20 lakh maximum up to this financial assistance would be given. Then we have the Pradhanmantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Yojna or program. Under this Pradhanmantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Kendras are created, right? And here what is provided? Affordable medicine is provided, generic and affordable medicine provided. Generic, you understand, right? There are branded medicines which are very expensive and unaffordable, not only for poor people but also for middle class and normal people. It becomes very expensive, and that is why using the same formulation only, the same formulation is there but the medicine is different, that is known as generic, which is at a much lower cost, but the formulation is the same, so the effect would be on the same only. And here all of this are provided at very high discounts, 80-90% discounts at very affordable cost. The medicines are made available to people who require them under this Pradhanmantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Kendras. And what is the target? There is a target under this program, that is to open 10,000 such kendras by March 2024. By March 2024, they have to, or they are planning or targeting to open 10,000 such Pradhanmantri Jan Aushadhi Kendras. And until now, or 30th to be precise, up to 30th/6/23, 9,512 such kendras have already been opened. So you can see that it is very close to the target, and we are expecting that we will be able to achieve our target. Then we have the FAME India. Fame India scheme or Fame India. Yes, it is encasing and fair price medicines. Absolutely correct. That is for Pradhanmantri Jan Aushadhi Kendras and the 15th Finance Commission. Then we have the Fame India scheme. Fame India scheme, and this Fame India scheme. Why this Fame? First of all, what is this? Is this Fame India? It is an abbreviation for faster adoption and manufacturing of hybrid electric vehicles in India, and this was launched in 2015, and it is certainly promoting the usage of electric vehicles or e-vehicles, that as you call it. For that, various financial assistance is provided under it, which we are going to see now only. And currently the phase 2 of Fame India scheme is in process from 2019 for a total of 5 years, and it is having a budget. This phase 2 of this Fame India program, it is having a budget of 10,000 crore rupees. Okay, and what is the data that we need to see here? We are going to see under the background only, we are going to see the assistance that is going to be given under the phase 2, but the update that we have in is this, that is Bureau of Energy Efficiency, Ministry of Power. Under it, or as per the data available from this, 8,738 public charging stations is operational in the country as of now. Okay, so it is very important because for the electric vehicles they require charging stations, so it is very important that we create infrastructure, charging infrastructure in the country. Okay, then let us see some assistance that is given. We are going to quickly see the assistance that is given, but just like I said, you schemes are very important, so you can refer to the government schemes playlist and understand all these schemes in pretty much more detail. Okay, the phase 2, under this there is a upfront reduction in prices. Okay, for 3-wheelers and E3-wheelers and E4-wheelers, incentive linked to battery capacity is 10,000 rupees per kilowatt hour, and a cap is of 20% of the total price of the vehicle. 10,000 rupees per kilowatt hour up to 20%, and for 2-wheelers, this is for 3 and 4-wheelers, for 2-wheelers incentive is 10,000 rupees per kilowatt hour again, but this cap is different, that is 15% of the cost of the vehicle, and it would be effective from 1st June 2023. And there is also a PLI, we just learned, production linked incentive scheme for incremental production or sales. This subsidy or incentive is given, and here you can see it is for manufacturing of advanced chemistry cell in the country, and for that the total outlay is 18,100 crore rupees. This is the total outlay. Whenever you see some PLI for that matter, you should remember what is the total outlay. Okay, what is the total outlay of the scheme? It is important that you remember that. Okay, then we have another scheme that we have in here is Hathkarga Sambardhan Sahayata. Okay, I am sorry if I pronounced it wrong, but yes, this scheme, what is basically done under the scheme, financial assistance is given for handloom workers for upgradation of looms or any sort of equipments that is required, so that the productivity of the same would be increased. Okay, this is what is the program for under the Ministry of Textiles. And here one update that has come up is that this much of assistance has been provided to Karnataka. Okay, so here the assistance, usually state specific assistance is usually not provided, is usually not asked, but you should have an idea about what this scheme is related to, right? So it is related to handlooms and under the Ministry of Textiles. That is important that you remember here. Then we have the startup scheme for women. So here we have in some data that we can learn about here. That is a total of as of 1st December 2022, a total of 86,713 startups were recognized by DPIIT Ministry of Commerce, and here there is at least of this total startups that have been established, 46% of them have at least one women director, okay, which is a very good sign. Then to promote also, usually women, when they are going to entrepreneurship or businesses, they are facing various hurdles with respect to finance provisions for taking up loans. For that, exactly for that reason, such assistance is provided. And to promote flow of both equity and debt to such women-led startup, 10% of the fund, okay, there is a fund, basically fund of funds for startup scheme, which is operated by SEBI. So here 10% of this funds, the total fund is of 1000 crore rupees. So 10% is saved for women-led startups, okay, reserved or saved for women-led startups. Then we have some other supports that are also given, which we can see here. One is that support is given. There is a virtual incubation program support for women entrepreneurs, where 20 women-led tech startups, they are supported or they are given support for 3 months. Then we have also a WING program, which is a capacity development program for aspiring women entrepreneurs. It is a capacity development program, and it is being conducted, or it was conducted in 2020 in Guwahati, Assam, Kohima and Nagaland. Okay. Then we have the PMDev scheme. And this PMDev scheme is development in a northeast region. Okay, this is what we mean by this development in northeast region, northeast region scheme. And here, so northeast region is physically or geographically a little secluded from the total mainland, and that is exactly why various services infrastructure has been very poorly established in the northeast region. That is why exactly this scheme has been established, so they can be supported for further enhancement in the infrastructure in these areas. Okay, and under this scheme, it is a central sector scheme with 100% central funding, and in the union budget of 22-23, initial 7 projects were allocated, a total of 1500 crore rupees. Okay, 1500 crore rupees. Then we have allocation that has been made for the scheme for 4 years from 22-23 to 25-26, which is an outlay of 6,600 crore rupees for remaining years of the 15th Finance Commission cycle, okay, which ends in 2026 or financial year 2026. And then you can also see some other detail here that under this scheme, 11 projects amounting to about 1500 crore rupees, including the 7 projects announced in 22-23. Okay, they have been selected for sanction under this financial year 22-23, and an amount of 1.10 crore rupees have already been disbursed for the same. Okay, so here there is not much updates, but you should have an idea regarding this scheme. What are the different allocations that have been done? What is the purpose of the scheme? You should have an idea regarding the same. When this was established, for what term it has been established, all of this. Okay, then we have farmer producer organizations. So farmer producer organizations, these are basically, you can understand, these are organizations or unit where farmers and producers, farmer who are producers, they are going to come together and they create this organization, and they help out various farmers with respect to various requirements that they have, right? It could be technological, it could be basic idea regarding how to do the agriculture, how to do the marketing of the products. All of this support is given through this farmer producer organization. Okay, and there is also a central sector scheme for formation and promotion of 10,000 farmer producer organizations in 2020, and it has a total budgetary outlay of 6,865 crore rupees. Okay, and here under this scheme also some assistance is provided, which you are going to already cover under the static part, but since we have in here, we can discuss it, that the FPO's financial assistance is provided of 18 lakh rupees per FPO for a period of 3 years. Then equity grant, matching equity grant of 2000 rupees per farmer member of FPO with a limit of 15 lakh per FPO is also created, and they are also given credit guarantee. Also they are under the credit guarantee facility up to 2 crore of projects of FPO. They have a credit guarantee. By credit guarantee you mean that if the farmer, they have taken some credit, or the FPO it has taken some credit, and in case they are not able to return it, then it would be covered, or it will be saved up against this credit guarantee facility that exists. Okay, and further also 25 lakh rupees is given to CBBOs for hand holding each FPO for a period of 5 years, for a period of 5 years. Okay, and the CBBO, that means cluster based business organization. Okay, CBBO is cluster based business organization. They are given up to 25 lakh rupees of support or financial assistance they are given for hand holding each FPO for 5 years. Okay. Okay. Then we have the Pradhanmantri Suraksha Bima Yojna. This is an insurance scheme, right? In case of any sort of accidents that is going to happen, such insurance is provided, and it is also provided at a very affordable cost to people who are not financially that able. They can take up this scheme, Pradhanmantri Suraksha Bima Yojna. And what we have to, what is the update that we have to see here is that 1,19,224 claims have already been paid under this Pradhanmantri Suraksha Bima Yojna. Okay. Okay. Then we have Pradhanmantri Ujjwala Yojna. Here under this scheme, LPG cylinders are provided. LPG cylinders are provided, and it is provided to the BPL women. Okay, women head of the family. They are provided with LPG cylinders, and these are going to help with two things primarily. One is decrease pollution, right? Because of the woods and all of this stuff, instead of LPG, which was not clean, was being used for cooking purpose. And one of the very important thing that will also be helped out here is the health of the women who were using various you could say polluting materials. In fact, cooking on gas is going to save them from such issues, various health issues with respect to usually their breathing, their lungs, which was happening because of the soot that used to come up from the cooking woods, you could say, right? So that is going to be helped out with this help of this scheme. And why this is coming in news? Because of the per capita consumption. Okay, per capita consumption of number of cylinders, LPG cylinders, it has increased to 3.71 in financial year 22-23, and the refills of beneficiaries, it has also increased to 35 crore in 22-23. So you can see that more people are coming forward to use LPG. Okay. Okay. So then we have some important news from the prelims perspective. Okay. So let us see what we have important from prelims perspective. So from prelims perspective, when we are going to read this, we are going to be more factual. You need to remember facts. Mostly you need to focus on facts here. Okay. So first we have the G20 Labour and Employment Ministers meet. So it is Indore, Madhya Pradesh, where it was conducted. Whenever you have some meeting, then you should know where it is conducted, and if there is any sort of you could say theme associated with the meeting, then you should also remember that. Then culture, third G20 Disaster Risk Reduction Working Group, where its meeting was conducted, it was conducted in Chennai. Then we have culture working group meeting of G20, where was it conducted? So it had 4 meetings which were conducted at 4 different places of Khajuraho, Bhubaneswar, Hampi and Varanasi. Then the 14th Clean Energy Ministerial and 8th Mission Innovation meeting, where was it conducted? It was conducted in Goa. Okay, it was conducted in Goa. Then women-led sustainable development through dairy cooperatives. This was basically the theme, you could say. Okay, on the base, this was the theme of the W20 Jan Bhagidari event, and where it was conducted? It was conducted in Anand, Gujarat. Then we have the 5th Helicopter and Small Haircraft Summit. It was conducted in, where this summit was conducted, it was conducted in Khajuraho, Madhya Pradesh. Then we have the, okay, here also another thing that you should know is who conducted it. Okay, who conducted it? Ministry of Civil Aviation, Government of Madhya Pradesh, since it was conducted in MP only, Pawan Hans Limited and FICCI. Okay, 4 of this they have come together to conduct. Then we have the Semicon India 2023. It was conducted in Gandhinagar. Okay, it was conducted in Gandhinagar. Then we have the Rural Wash Partners Forum. It was conducted in New Delhi. It was conducted in New Delhi. And can someone tell me what is the full form of WASH? What is the full form of WASH? Can someone tell me? We have a WASH here, right? So what is the full form of WASH? It is water, sanitation and hygiene. Okay, water, sanitation and hygiene. Water, sanitation and hygiene. That is what you mean by WASH. Okay, and this forum, it was conducted in New Delhi, and the theme for the same was accelerating progress towards a Swachh Sujal Bharat. Okay, this is the theme for the same, and it was conducted by Department of Drinking Water along with KPMG. Then we have G20 Think. It is a quiz contest, right? It is a quiz which was conducted by the Indian Navy. Then we have a GST Bhavan that has been recently inaugurated in Agartala, Tripura. Then we have a 108 feet tall statue of Lord Shri Ram, and this statue has also been recently, the foundation stone has been put in Kurnool, Andhra Pradesh. Then we have the JJM Digital Academy, JJM for Jal Jeevan Mission, Jal Jeevan Mission Digital Academy. It is going to be created together by Department of Drinking Water and Sanitation and Eco India. Then we have a National Geoscience Award, which has been conferred by our President, and there were 22 geoscientists who were awarded in 3 different categories, and 2 of the names that we have in here is National Geoscience Award for Lifetime Achievement. It has been given to Dr. Om Naren Bhargava, and Young Geoscientist Award to Amya Kumar Samal. Okay, then we have the UNESCO World Heritage List. So India currently has 40 sites in the UNESCO World Heritage List. Then single-use plastic items have been prohibited from 1st July 2022, that is last year. Then India and Argentina, they have signed a Memorandum of Understanding or MOU in the field of biotechnology and agriculture. Then we have S. Phangnon Konyak, okay, S. Phangnon Konyak, you should remember this name, that she became the first women member from Nagaland to preside over Rajya Sabha, okay, which is also a very big achievement for women from the state of Nagaland. Okay, and with this we come to an end of the session of today. So we covered 21st to 25th of July today. In the next session we will be covering next 5 days of the month, and I hope all of you have a very good day. Thank you.